How many terms of AP 3, 5, 7, 9, so on must be taken to get a sum of 120? Whenever he asks how many terms, so that means you have to find n. Understood? Everybody will make a mistake. How many terms after reading it must be taken to a sum of 120? They will take this as nth term. No, wrong. So how many terms? Whenever he asks, you have to find n. AP is given 3, 5, 7, 9, so on. So from that, what is first term? 3. What is the common difference? A2 minus A1, that is equal to 5 minus 3, that is equal to 2. So you got 2. And how many terms? You have to find n. And what is given? S of n is equal to 120. So let us start from what he has given. What is S of n formula? N by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d is equal to 120. S of n formula and 120 I have written it. That implies, what is n? You don't know, but you know a. A is equal to 3 plus n minus 1 into d is equal to 2 equals 120. That implies n by 2, 2 3s are 6 plus 2n, 2 into minus 1 minus 2 is equal to 120. So please leave one line or two lines of whenever you are doing, even in boards, it will be more clearer. So it is n by 2 into 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 plus 2n is equal to 120. I can see that 2 is common here. So n by 2, and when I take 2 common, it will be 2 plus n is equal to 120. Now here multiplication 2 and 2 gets cancelled. That implies n into 2 plus n is equal to 120. That implies n into 2, 2n, plus n into n square is equal to 120. That implies, now transpose this and it will become n square plus 2n, and plus 120 when you transpose it is minus 120 is equal to 0. Now this is quadratic equation. You have to find out n. So by splitting the middle terms. Here when you have taken 120, what are the factors? You can go for 2 into 60. When I add these two, the middle term is plus 2n, so I am not getting 2. When you subtract also I don't get. So 3 into 40 I will not get. In the same way 6 into 20 I will not get. 10 into 12. Here when I add these to 22, but when I subtract it will be 12 minus 10 is 2. You will get the middle term. So I will write it as 12n minus 10n. I'll get positive, right? Positive 2n. So I'll split middle terms in this way. So that implies n square plus 2n. I will write it as 12n minus 10n, and minus 120 is equal to 0. That implies in first two terms n is common, n plus 12, and in the second two terms minus 10 is common. So it is n plus 12 is equal to 0. So now in these two terms, what is common? N plus 12 is common. If I take n plus 12, n is left out, and here n plus 12 minus 10 is left out. So when it is a product of two terms, so it will be n plus 12 is equal to 0, or n minus 10 is equal to 0. That implies n is equal to minus 12, and here n is equal to 10. N means what? Number of terms. So since n cannot be negative, n cannot be negative, n is equal to 10. So what is the conclusion? Therefore it takes 10 terms to get some 120. This is the conclusion you have to write. And let me explain you one more time how many terms. This is how many terms when it comes you have to find n. And sum of 120 means it is s of n is equal to 120. So if you are able to do this, then you will get the answer. Please practice along with me all these days because you have examination within 10 days. So I'll be sending the problems and important things. So please practice it then and there itself. Okay. Bye.